Hey, before we get going, I want to talk about Miller Lite. Whether you're gathering at your local bar or hanging out at home watching the game, winter means more moments with the coolest people in your life. Make these moments even better with Miller Lite, the great tasting, less filling light beer for people who love beer. The taste you can depend on. No games, no gimmicks, just a great beer for people who like beer. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Miller Lite is always a good time. The original light beer since 1975 and still the best one. I put up a TikTok story of this awesome dive bar in New Orleans.
I saw that.
Me and Dana were drinking some Millers there. It was fantastic.
That place looks sweet.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's called Aaron Rose if someone's looking for a nice dive bar that has ice cold Miller Lights in New Orleans.
You've been on a little bit of a dive bar tour.
I have. I'm looking
And
for
you're
them.
there's
documenting
nothing
them.
better than a Miller Lite at a dive bar.
Yeah, that's going to kind of be my, it's going to be like one of my grading scales. Like, how cold is a Miller? And it's got to be reasonably priced.
I love them when they're cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to like them when they're cold.
Yeah.
Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories, and the official beer partner of the Chicago Bears. Go to MillerLite.com/stretch to find delivery options near you, or you could pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. Tastes like Miller Time Chicago. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. All right, everybody, welcome to the stretch. A lot to get to today. The Bulls stand pat again after the Zach LaVine trade. Virginia McCaskey has passed away, but we'll start. R.I.P. We'll start with the big game. Obviously, one of the worst Super Bowls in a while.
Not if you had the Eagles.
Yeah.
I did not.
I did big.
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Yeah, I had
So you had a nice little run here.
I had a future on them, so that was good. Get revenge. Yeah, I had a great night. A yellow Gatorade. Lane Johnson told us.
Oh, what the hell?
He told us on PMT.
I
Listen.
missed that.
Pays to
God.
listen.
He said it's always yellow?
He was just like, yeah, it's usually yellow. I was like, okay, great.
What was that going off at?
It was like minus 110.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I got the luckiest bet ever. I always bet in the Super Bowl over 2.5 players to attempt a pass because I always expect a trick play. Little did I know it was going to be Kenny Pickett on a 4th down in garbage time. That rocked.
I know.
What was that at?
It was like plus 180.
Yeah.
I was sitting there with my buddy who had that, and he lost everything, and he was just sitting there dying.
Yeah,
Bet.
because they came back out after the 2-minute warning for 4th down. I was like, holy shit, they're
Throw
actually
it.
going to throw
Throw
it.
it.
here?
Yeah, and it was nice of Andy to call timeout, I think, after 1st down.
Yeah.
So I was like, you guys got a chance.
Yeah.
And then at 3rd down when
hit.
they ran, I was like, fuck. But then I came back from commercial, and he was in shotgun. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
The only
awesome.
the only big one I had was the team to win to also win the coin toss.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was plus 300.
Yeah, I had a lot on tails.
Yeah.
That was good.
Shout out to
Good
the
Super
two.
Bowl.
Shout
Yeah.
out to the two people. They won the square at the end. That never happens.
Yeah, I had in my big squares, I had 2-1. So I was actually really close. Like, I got those numbers. I was like, it was Chiefs 2, Eagles 1, and I was like, I when I saw my numbers, I was like, this is the worst number you could possibly get.
Yeah, I don't think you can throw the sheet away anymore. Now it's like people going for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
more,
right.
and,
It changes everything.
Missed PATs, everything is like
It's in play.
It's not what we knew it at one point in our lives.
Yeah.
Football numbers don't mean anything anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
kind of
true.
don't. That's like Jake Scorigami. I feel like that's
Yeah.
like,
He's an
congrats,
Evan.
dude. It
Yeah.
happens all the time,
Yeah.
right?
So, yeah, it was a good – I mean, Eagles are fucking good, man. That was just an all-time defensive
I read
performance.
that they didn't run one blitz yesterday. That
Yeah.
was all with the front four and
Yeah.
Vic Fangio dialing them up.
Fangio got the best of Nagy.
Yeah, it was an impressive performance by their defense. I mean, Jalen Hurts was awesome as well, but like that was
It was almost
Awesome.
like that old Giants when they beat the Patriots where they had that NASCAR front
rushing
forwards.
4. Yeah, they rushed 4, and then Jalen Hurts proves that you should just be taking shots at drafting quarterbacks every single year because they remember when they drafted him, he was going to be the backup.
Yeah.
They had just signed Carson Wentz to a long-term deal. It's like take shots.
I mean, Jalen Hurts. The whole story of him is actually pretty awesome.
Oh, I did not think he was going to be an
Same.
NFL
No.
pro. Watching him in college,
I mean, Nick Saban didn't.
he was a
Yeah.
good college quarterback, and I was like, "There's no way he's going to work in the NFL," and he has proven everyone wrong.
Yeah, he really has. And I remember sitting there in the cave. It was probably like week 6. Do you remember this? And we're like, NFC, it's like the Lions or the Niners. And Matt
Yeah.
just kept going, Eagles.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, dude, because they lost one early.
They
Yeah, they
looked
lost
like booty a little bit.
Bucks.
early in
They
the
started
year.
2-2, but they only lost. They like when you actually put it when you lay it all out. when they were fully healthy, I think their record was 16-1. So the only loss was the Saquon drop against the Falcons on Monday Night Football. I think it was week 2. The Bucs loss they had A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Lane Johnson out. And then the Commanders loss they had Jalen Hurts got concussed. So that's when you put it in perspective,
Pretty
that's
much
an all-time
juggernaut.
dominant
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
For sure. And it was kind of a mixed bag there for Hurts in 2023.
Yeah.
We're coming into 23. I mean, I thought he was the best quarterback in the NFC.
He was.
After 22.
Yeah, that was your big take.
That was my big take.
Justin
I said,
Fields
write
be
it
the
down,
second
Justin
best.
Fields. I thought
Yeah.
it was going to be Hurts and Fields in 23. And
Yeah.
I was never more wrong, but
He proved them all wrong. And the Eagles, I think, are built for a while, which sucks for the NFC, but that team is like all their young guys. I mean, Jalen Hurts, Saquon, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, I think are all on deals. They obviously drafted Jalen Carter, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. Those are all on rookie deals.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got a runway to do this again for a couple more years.
Yeah, unless of what happens to them at the back half of 23 happens again, which
Yeah.
I think needs to be studied because that was the weirdest fall off.
Well, that was another Howie Roseman. Like this is something that I would hope Ryan Poles takes from this is like they drafted Quinyon Mitchell in the first round. They knew secondary was an issue, and then they just doubled down with Cooper DeJean. Like and Cooper DeJean coming out like he fell to the second round. Everyone's like, oh, is he a safety? Is he a slot corner? He's like, hey, we'll draft the same position twice and make it a strength. And like I think that's a good lesson to a lot of teams. You don't have to spray the board. Like make one of your positions a strength that you can then kind of build your defense on.
It also makes me just want to go out and get all the defensive ends too.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Well,
my
that's
takeaway
also
from the
starts
game.
with
Yeah.
Jalen
Yeah.
Carter. I mean, that's what guys getting one-on-one matchups because of Jalen Carter. And we've done the Jalen Carter thing a million times. I'll just say it again. I mean, that everyone's like, oh, I can't believe he dropped to 10 or 9. I know why he dropped to 9. We all know why he dropped to 9. There
They
was
said
a
it.
reason for
Yes.
why he dropped to 9. That wasn't like some steal. He was an incredible player in college, and everyone thought he was going to be a top 3 pick, and he had issues, and that's why he dropped. But good for the Eagles to pick up a value there.
But you know what sucks is it shouldn't be that way. It should be that way with quarterbacks because it always has been. It's like, all right, if we got Mahomes, would he still be Mahomes? It's always the
Did you see that one guy went like his tweet went kind of viral? He's like, if you ever wondered what Mahomes would look like on the Bears, this is it.
This-
this is it. Yeah, that was it. You're right. He's right. Whoever it was.
I hate saying this, but like the way that Patrick Mahomes, the way that he was evading the pressure last night, that was like relentless. It looked like Caleb Williams.
Yeah, he had no time.
Like the way he was,
They beat
I'm
the
talking
fuck
about
out
like
of
the
him.
way he was spinning out of sacks and everything. I'm like, that's, and I say that it sucks for Mahomes, but it's like, I'm saying that as a good thing for.
Yeah, maybe we can lose by 20 in the Super Bowl someday.
That'd be kind of sweet.
Yeah.
It would be sweet.
You know what I'm saying though? Like it shouldn't be that way for a defensive lineman. Like I get we always ruin quarterbacks, but shouldn't have this doom and gloom of like.
It's not like the Bears are the only ones that did that though.
No,
I know,
yeah,
I know.
Teams pass on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's really it for the Super Bowl, unless anybody has anything else.
It completely fucking stunk.
Again, I had a great time.
I mean, again, I won money too, but from a viewer's perspective, it was a
I
boring.
mean, this
I
is
disagree. I had an awesome time.
this is an ad for DraftKings and gambling.
Yeah.
Like
It was
why
a
you
very fun Super Bowl
Yeah.
for me, having a lot of money on the.
What about the halftime show? A lot of people bitching about it. I couldn't really hear it, so
I don't know.
Don't care.
I don't.
I'm
give
not
a
like
shit
the biggest
either.
Kendrick fan. I feel like it's if you like if your favorite musician does a halftime show, you're gonna be like, that was awesome. If your favorite musician doesn't, you're like, what is this?
Yeah, I'm not like a performance grader. I don't know what's good and what's not. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to
I
watch
didn't
that.
get it. I didn't get the Squid Game thing.
What was the Squid Game thing?
They had
They
like
started
all the
with Squid
symbols,
Game,
and then
yeah.
at the end it said "Game Over," and that like.
Well, I think that was just the end of Drake's career officially. I mean, that was
Maybe that was
insane.
it,
That in the Super Bowl halftime show, and he was like, "Yeah, Drake's a pedophile."
I'm surprised the
nuts.
NFL let him say that.
Yeah,
He didn't say it.
he didn't
Pause.
say the word. He just did the lyric up until the
Yes.
Yeah.
He did pause. And
Okay.
like, did you notice his chain was an A minor?
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. I thought it was for Aubrey.
Oh.
But yeah, A minor. That makes sense.
A minor.
Yeah.
It was,
I didn't even notice that.
It
I
was a
was like-
lowercase A.
Yeah.
I did notice the A, and I was like, "Oh, is that for Aubrey?" And Mincy was like, "I think that's for
Oh
Atlanta."
yeah.
Where Kendrick Lamar is from, and I was like, just not true. Like all his songs are about Compton.
No, for sure.
And
And
said
that's
that?
what I was sitting next to my buddy. He's like, oh, he must have got a bag from Amazon. It's like, no.
Yeah, it did look like Amazon. That
be
makes
Amazon.
sense.
It's a
Okay,
look.
that makes a lot of sense.
What?
A minor.
So I was listening to Kate eavesdropping on a conversation she was having earlier. She said that she was just like walking along Bourbon Street and she would just see Mincy doing random stuff. Did you
Yeah.
have any Mincy encounters down there?
I had one bad Mincy encounter. He on Friday for the Barstool radio show, we had Greg Olson, we had Wallow and Gilly. We were fully booked, and Mincy was like, "I have Sean Payton," and Dave and Austin were like, "We're fully booked. Don't bring Sean Payton." Mincy obviously brings Sean Payton. And I don't care. I mean, I got up out of my seat because it's Sean Payton.
Yeah,
understandable.
it's-
But then the problem was with Gilly and Olson and Gruden, like, you know, Dave was struggling keeping the show on track where like he needed, you know, one other person to try to keep it on track. And so Mincy just like completely, and you know, he like brought him being like, I did my job. I brought Sean Payton.
Yes, exactly. He's
We needed
looking
him
for
2 days ago when we didn't have a guest. We didn't need him today.
Yeah, but he'll be like, "Hey, remember when I got you?"
Yeah,
Payton?"
Right.
He's
Which
using it as leverage ploy for later.
Yeah.
Which Mincy was kind of Sean Payton's liaison. He came to the dozen, and everyone was like, oh, did he come with Gruden? He's like, no, he came with Mincy.
Came with Mincy, yeah. Yeah. Very funny. But yeah, New Orleans is awesome. Great Super Bowl city. Obviously, like when you're there for 7 days, you're like, just get me the fuck out of here. But
I was
the
there
minute,
for 24 hours and I had that feeling.
But the minute you get home, you're like, oh, that was like that was awesome.
It's a charming dump shithole of a city.
The people are awesome.
Yeah.
The food's awesome. The city's awesome. It's very walkable. Yeah.
I had that feeling too
Great city for big events.
when I left. And I kind of made me go through the list like, all right, say if the Bears ever do make it there.
Yeah, no, that's a top place.
That's where they want it.
That's
Yes.
number one.
Like, I think,
It's Vegas.
Or Vegas, yeah.
I think by and large,
I'll
I'd want to
say-
be in Chicago.
I'll say Indianapolis is awesome for big events like that. I've done the Big Ten champion. I thought they did a great job.
Wait, what did you
It's
say?
a boring city.
I think by and large, if the Bears made it to the Super Bowl, I'd want to be in Chicago.
No, we're gonna. I was actually thinking about this last night because I was like, we bought Pug and Connor Griffin tickets to the game. What are you talking about? We'd go.
We
to
could
the
go?
game.
If that's an option, then yes.
Yeah, I'd buy everyone in this room a ticket. We'd all go together.
All right. That's the option,
What are
then
you
yes.
talking about?
But like,
No, Eddie. I actually was sitting like at home last night. I was like, man, if the Bears ever get it, it's like, yeah, everyone in this room, we'd all go.
okay, good. All right.
Yeah,
I'm
we're-
in.
yeah.
I'm in.
Yes.
But it would be better if it was New Orleans rather than like L.A.
Yes, I'd agree.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
like
fuck LA.
Jacksonville, or yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely some Super Bowl cities that are better than the others. Yeah, like Vegas or New Orleans would be top notch in terms of like post game party.
Yes.
for sure.
Also, really bad
that'd be
place to
biblical.
lose a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You could drink your sorrows away.
I don't know.
Gamble your face off.
I think I think when you're like that far from home and you're just like, get me the fuck out of here after a loss like that, that would be pretty tough.
Oh yeah, that Super Bowl Monday has to be the worst Monday
Yeah,
of
traveling back.
your life.
Max has actually got a connecting flight through Kansas City, so he just gets to be
A little
conquering
parade.
Europe, yeah, on a plane.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I guess you're right that you do get the Chicago party when the parade happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna go to the Super Bowl.
All right.
Although
Yeah.
Mook looked like he was having a great time.
I
Yeah,
didn't know.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But yeah, I
didn't know that
mean,
was
Roan
awesome.
and Max, like that looked like the best time ever.
yeah.
Yeah. it
Roan
looked
dumped
amazing.
2 beers on his head when Cooper DeJean had the pick six.
Game over.
There's just-
17
there was-
nothing.
and we're
Wet and
hoping that
sweaty.
one of our teams will be 500 in this calendar year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cubs will.
Yeah. Well,
Probably, maybe not though.
I guess let's start with the news that dropped Thursday morning. Virginia McCaskey passed away.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Really nice tribute by both Eddie and myself, 10 minutes apart. Just saying R.I.P.
Yeah,
We were not with each other either.
Yeah, we weren't. I
Very
was laughing so
coincidental.
hard when I
Yeah.
saw
I sent out
your
a
R.I.P.
tweet that said "Rest in peace, Mama Bear, R.I.P." and people thought my mother actually died, and I had to obviously qualify that my mother is still alive. Virginia McCaskey is the one who passed.
Hell of a run.
Yeah,
102.
Can
Born 30 years before highways.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw someone say that she had missed only one
Bears
game,
Packers game.
Packers game in her whole life.
There's like
crazy.
231 or something
She was-
contest between the
yeah.
Bears and Packers ever, and she's been to like 230 of them.
She's alive for
Or alive for-
all but
yeah.
one.
That's insane.
That is nuts.
Yeah, it is insane. Like looking at pictures of her, like in like the '85 Super Bowl, is like she was an old woman.
She
then.
looks almost exactly the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm thinking like I'm 34. Thinking of highways being available 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just absurd.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's an absurd thought.
It's nuts. Great Depression,
All of it.
World War II, everything.
She saw. No, she didn't. That was 1914, right? The Titanic.
12.
12.
Yeah.
So she didn't see that. Like moon landing.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
She's allegedly 9/11.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say it, Chief.
I mean, that happened. I watched that.
No, I know. I saw those.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just trying to bait you. But
Yeah, it's RIP.
Wild run. So
RIP.
what happens now that our grieving period is over as a city?
I don't know. I really don't. I texted Florio and I was like, "Can you get on the case? Because this is the shit he lives for. Like, the tax situation, how it all goes through. Like, one thing I'm kind of interested in is like, is there a chance they knew that she was like on her way out, and that's why they were like, "Hey, here's $13 million to Ben Johnson."
That's exactly what Chief said.
I
2
said
weeks
that
ago
on the show that I
Yeah.
think that maybe George had power of attorney because she was.
over his
Maybe,
mom. Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know how this works. I don't know how they, what the percentages look like, who gets what they pay. It's going to be very interesting.
So I read that if as a voting block, the McCaskey family, but she has 11 kids and a ton of grandchildren.
It's like 30-something, yeah.
But then for one single owner, it is Pat Ryan as the principal owner.
Now he is
22%.
Yes.
But if they divide it evenly,
You're right, which
because
is
there could be a world where she doesn't divide it evenly.
But they
right?
have power in numbers.
Right.
right.
The McCaskey family does, but the largest single shareholder, from what I understand, is Pat Ryan.
If they divide it evenly.
And
Right,
Pat
like
Ryan.
if she just gave
all of it
a
to
majority
George.
of it to George, George would stay.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what happened, though. I'm pretty sure.
well,
I don't
we'll find
know.
out.
Yeah, I don't know if we know.
I thought
It all
that's-
depends on her will.
He was asked about this a couple of years ago, and it says like we'll never sell. We have a succession plan. Like he
keeps
was
it,
pretty
okay.
adamant that it keeps it in the family.
That's George saying that.
Yeah, and then
So if they have a succession plan, there might not be a even split of the ownership.
Right.
It might have just been like we need to give majority to one person so that it stays.
so it stays.
right.
And then the
Sounds
other
like Dave's got some inside info on
the other
James
thing is
Will.
that
Yeah, I know.
I thought that's what I read.
Pat Ryan does have right of first refusal for all shares that become available. So if somebody like the grandkids or the other kids want to sell their pieces,
Which,
He
if
would-
they got a
he would be
slice,
able
I'd
to.
imagine that's what's going to be happening a lot, right?
yeah, I don't know. It's going to be fascinating to see how it plays out. The Commanders.
It's Max. Max, I'm doing the stretch right now. What's up?
Nothing. I just had a horrible performance on the rundown. That's all I would tell you.
Oh, why? What happened?
I don't.
What? What happened?
Dave kicked me off. He said I was low energy.
Oh, no.
Well,
All
are
right.
you?
That's okay. I mean, you were partying all night.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, you're fine. All right. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.
He's 100% still drunk, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You got hammered.
Yeah, that'd be so awesome to celebrate a win again.
I saw the clip of him on PMT over Zoom where he was like, when was the last time you're sober? He was like, I'm kind of sober now.
Yeah. That's so funny that Dave kicked.
Yeah.
That's just Dave being salty that someone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like that's just all that is.
He had that in his head already.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Enter the Chime Credit Builder Card. This is a secured card with no annual fees. You can build credit with money you set aside and avoid interest or expensive debt. Plus, you can get access to My Pay and get up to $500 of your pay before payday with no mandatory fees. Start building credit with your everyday purchases and regular on-time payments with no annual fees, interest, or credit check at chime.com/stretch. And listen, you could use it for your car, your home. There's many different benefits you can use it for, right, Dave?
Expenses, yeah. It's a great way to start building that credit. It's very important. A lot of listeners.
It's just good to have better credit for that type
Yeah,
of for sure.
without
You
the
need it.
fees.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with Chime's Credit Builder Visa credit card, there are no annual fees, interest, or credit check to apply. Overdraft up to $200 without fees with SpotMe when you set up a qualifying direct deposit. Just set up a qualifying direct deposit. Sign up for Spot Me, and Chime will spot you up to $200 when you exceed your balance. Turn your everyday purchases into steps toward your financial goals with Chime's secure credit card. Get started today at chime.com/stretch. That's chime.com/stretch. Chime feels like progress. The Chime credit card builder Visa credit card is issued by the Bancorp Bank NA or Stride Bank NA. Spot Me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal and OTC advance fees may apply. Late payment may negatively impact your credit score. Results may vary. MyPay eligibility requirements apply. Credit limits range from $20 to $500. Go to chime.com/disclosures for details. Ghost Energy is fully transparent, fully loaded, feel-good energy. Straw Bango is here to stay permanently. It's now sold at Walmart exclusively. It's a perfect duo for fresh strawberry paired with sweet and sour mango for a crisp, refreshing flavor for any occasion. The all-new Ghost/Warheads Sour Black Cherry is now available as well nationwide. It's one hell of a flavor. It's bold, it's sour, and has a touch of sweet cherry. And the first time ever, you get to buy the 8.4-ounce 4-packs of OG and Sour Patch Kids Ghost energy drinks at your local retailer. What do you call those, Chief? 8.4 ounces.
Those are little afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah, I love those little
100
ones in the
millis,
afternoon.
100 milligrams. It's great.
That's exactly what you need, though.
I got the sour strips here for me.
I love that label, too.
It's awesome.
It reminds me of like the confetti cake, kind of.
Yeah. I had one of these before the Super Bowl. So it was nice. Zero sugars, zero artificial flavors, 200 milligrams of natural caffeine, fully transparent label. Find Ghost Energy at your local grocery or convenience store. For full lineup and flavors, drinkghost.com. Check it out there. Wait, so you said the Ryans have...
They have the right of first refusal, so it's not like they can just turn it. Like if they want, if Bezos comes in or someone, Ryan would have the ability to be like to match any offer.
Right. But if obviously Bezos comes in, he's going to pay
Drop
way
the bag.
more, yeah.
The Commanders sold just in 23 for $6 billion.
Right.
I would imagine, and they have stadium issues as well. I would imagine the Bears would be well north of that now.
Probably.
That's what I kind of think might happen. Like maybe they're just like, the stadium shit is just way above us. Like let's just cash out.
But there is something to that family, like being the founders of football and keeping it in.
Yeah, you could always keep
you
some
know?
of the shares
That's true too.
and sell the majority of it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
It's like how I'm an owner of American Eagle. I own like a share or two.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like that.
Exactly like that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, that's true.
From stock investing for dummies.
But yeah, I don't know.
another story.
I could kind of see that happening, but who knows? Maybe they do want to keep it in the family.
I would love it if we just got new blood in there and we just ran it like.
Yeah, but
right,
as you
this
see in Dallas, sometimes new blood is not. I mean, even though
Yeah.
Cuban was a great owner, new blood is not always the answer.
True.
New blood got him 3 Super Bowls, so that's not new blood anymore. So when he first came in, he bought it from like the Landrys, right? He fired Tom Landry in like the late '80s, brought in Jimmy
No,
Johnson.
I'm talking about the Mavs. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, like
okay,
I mean,
yeah,
because they're the most.
Yeah.
yeah.
The new owners can fuck shit up.
They can.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of
but
times new owners will definitely fuck shit up because they come in and they try to do everything their way, like David Tepper and the Panthers. Like I think he's starting to figure it out, but there is definitely like a new owner's feel or Matt Ishbia and the Suns comes in, it's like I'm gonna trade for everyone, and then he's like, oh fuck, I really
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
like, there's 3 great examples of how owners were just awful when they took over.
Yeah.
But then there's
Where's
Josh
the
Harris's.
flip side?
The Josh Harris.
Josh
You
Harris.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the flip side.
Yeah.
That's what you hope for. But yeah, I don't know. We'll just see how the dust settles. None of us know what the fuck's going on, except for Dave. Sounds like a little bit, but
Dave knows or will.
Well, I knows a lot more than I do. Virginia House McCaskey held approximately 22.6 of the team's shares before her passing, which accounted for about 8% of the team's decisions. Her 11 children and 2 nephews each own 11.8, totaling 49.4%. Brazola family, the Ryan family, the estate of Andrew McKenna, various degrees, blah, blah, blah. It says that now Virginia's 22.6% stake is expected to be distributed among her family members. We all know that. 40 great-grandchildren and 4 great-great-grandchildren. Jesus Christ. There's so many McCaskies. Yeah. George McCaskey is expected to assume greater leadership role, potentially taking on the role of principal owner or maintaining post on Crane currency that George will likely control the team, with some speculate that may take additional responsibilities. So yeah, it's just
So he might get bumped up to be the
head honcho, which, I mean, based on the Ben Johnson hire and the money that's being poured into him, might not be a bad thing.
1 for 1.
1 for 1 so far. Hey, 1 for 1, batting 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. We'll see how the dust settles.
Yeah.
As far as other Chicago sports stories, the Bulls did nothing after Zach LaVine. AK, like, kind of seems comfortable in the
disaster.
mediocrity.
He might be worse than Garpax, which is crazy to say, but it's
Everybody
disaster.
loved that hire, and this is from what I remember, obviously, like, the Chicago seemed to really like that hire.
Well,
when they
because
made
he
it.
was billed as the guy who found Jokic.
Yeah.
Right. He was outside the
different.
organization. He was different. Yeah.
He wasn't Garpax.
No, but I don't know.
It wasn't a nepotism hire.
Trading Zach LaVine, I think they had to do it. Didn't get the most value for it. They didn't trade Kobe White when they had 7 teams interested, which is just going to be another replay of Caruso, not trading Caruso at the trade deadline. Not trading Vooch again. Extending Lonzo Ball, okay, fine, but like, why?
It's insanely cheap, and they can flip them.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. It's just like it feels like they just did everything wrong. Pretty much everything wrong. And then getting up and saying, we're going to find out what this team's made of in the next 30 games. It's like, what the fuck? What? No. Get in the lottery.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
do the opposite of that.
Get in the goddamn lottery. So stupid.
They're in a good spot, though. I think he said that. He said, either we're in the lottery or we're in the plan. It's like, well,
no, the plan is a bad spot to be in.
The worst spot.
very bad spot. So he's a disaster.
Disaster.
And same thing with
they have no plan.
Yeah.
No plan in place, no path to get better. It's crazy.
Because it seemed like LaVine was just going to be the first domino, and the whole week was going to kind of progress that way, and he just did nothing.
Yeah. The Kobe White thing, if there were 7 teams looking for him, it's like, dude, why would you not trade him? That's insane.
No, he's good. He's on a good contract. They have tradable assets.
Let's just right.
Yeah.
Like that's the part that's annoying. Is like, I like Kobe White as a player, but like get yourself to a point where you're accumulating draft picks and start rebuilding this the correct way. People can handle if they got it on a press conference, they're like, hey, we're not anywhere near competing. We have to suck for a while to get back to a place where we can compete. People can understand that and buy in on that.
Yeah,
like that works.
And it's
but
not
you just can't do this like one
limbo.
foot in, 1 foot out, and lie to the fan.
Yeah.
And it's not like Kobe White. Kobe White might win you a game in the playoffs coming off the bench if you puts up 18 but he's not helping this team get to the next level. So he's like a luxury player for a good team. He's not a core piece here. So fucking trade him.
He's a perfect piece for a team that wanted him to get some bench depth, and we just didn't do it.
There's so many teams that probably are close to the finals that he'd be a great piece.
Right.
Totally.
He'd
Right.
be awesome.
And that's exactly what you should do right now.
Yeah. No, we should. I saw Russillo in the lobby. We should check in with him at some point.
Yeah.
Just to get like a grade for the.
I think
for
he
the
thinks
deadline.
it's a trash. Yeah.
F.
Did you talk to him?
Yeah. We had him on for an NBA preview that we're airing next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because now the NBA is starting.
Yep.
Yeah. No, for real. That's what.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "What'd you take in the Super Bowl?" So actually, I took Auburn and Duke live on Saturday, and I just didn't bet anything for the Super Bowl.
You didn't bet anything?
I lost. I lost my Super Bowl money on Saturday.
Can we talk about Mattis? How do you pronounce the first name? Mattis? Mattis?
Yeah.
Mattis.
What do you want to talk
He
about?
looks awesome.
Yeah.
He looks sweet.
Yeah.
He's a guy.
Little
Yeah, he's a
Boozy
guy.
Vert. This
Yeah.
is his nickname.
I like
good.
that.
That's a good nickname.
Yep.
That is good.
Yeah.
Little Boozy Vert.
Little Boozy Vert.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Buzelis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, he was supposed to be a much higher pick, but he didn't have a great.
That's what Lance was saying last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
With what was it? Overtime. He was with
Yeah, it was like the overtime.
overtime
Yeah.
elite. Yeah.
Came and worked out here.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
did
did.
he?
Yeah,
You
he's
said
in
you're
that
like
group.
that's the best
And
player.
then I went up to him at the NASCAR event, and I was like, hey, what's up, man? I'm Big Cat. You came and worked out. And he just, no idea.
No. Didn't have a-
Really felt like a shithead.
That was my gym.
Yeah. It just really felt like an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks because there are a lot of guys in the team that I like,
They just don't fit together.
Yeah.
It's not a good team.
and they don't have like an A1 star.
Correct.
And you need an
You
A1
need that.
star.
What is Billy Donovan thinking too? He's got to be like,
Fires
I-
remorse.
I told you I have a suspicion. I think he steps down.
I think he's like, I'm getting paid so much money. This is not that bad.
Yeah, but
And I don't have to deal with NIL and the transfer portal.
Yeah, but come on, your name's on the fucking court at Florida. Like,
I know.
you want to like have some semblance of competitiveness, right?
Yeah.
You
And
want back-to-back NCAA.
I would
titles.
love if just once a front office exec or manager or coach or someone would just call out the ownership in the city. Like, even if it was out the door in a petty move, like, just be like, you can't win with that guy up top. And I'm talking about Reinsdorf, obviously.
And they're still selling out
'Cause I
like
don't-
crazy.
Yeah.
There's like people still go to the games. Like, that's not a situation where at some point maybe push comes to shove, like he realizes no one's going to White Sox games anymore. But the Bulls, like,
But
what are you going to look at?
It's almost incentivized for him not to have people at
Yeah.
White Sox games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, credit to him. He built in a kind of risk-free business.
Because I don't know anyone in the city who's like buzzing about the Bulls.
The Bulls are averaging 19.8 a game. and
Sylvie's
that's
doing a
second in the
bull
league.
cut.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is he?
Yeah.
But I think what it is, I went to the bathhouse this weekend. I was talking to a guy who works
did too.
security there, and he's like, you know what it is? He's like, I get asked 50 times a day, a game, whenever I'm working, where the Jordan statue is. It's people from like London,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it's
really?
tourists coming in who just the
Yeah.
Bulls are such a national brand.
Yeah.
They're getting, but like,
Can we make like a tourist list in Chicago to do besides go to the games for them?
Yeah. Or move the Jordan statue.
You could go in the atrium without going to the game.
Yeah.
Just for the record,
Yeah.
you don't have to buy
PSA.
tickets.
Yeah.
Yes. Which I found interesting.
how many tourism people are coming?
I've
That's what he said. He's
to
like,
average
I wouldn't be
19,000
shocked, yeah.
19,000 a game on tourism?
Yeah,
That's
I-
insane. That's not right.
no, that's not right.
it's not the most, but it's definitely a.
They have that. I
factor.
remember this is so like decades ago that it was a Phil Jackson interview where he was saying that he heard stories of monks in like Western China that would wear Bulls hats and root for the Bulls because of Michael Jordan. So they got a really global brand.
Yeah.
And so that makes sense. But that's why I asked you last week. I'm like, does this Bulls TV streaming situation and the White Sox and the Blackhawks, like, does it actually hurt their pockets enough and the NBA pockets and the league pockets enough where they're like, you guys got to figure your shit out because this is 3 teams in a major fucking market that are hurting us league wide in terms of eyeballs. You know?
I think it's doing more damage than they even realize.
Yeah. I'd agree.
I
I haven't watched 1 second of one Bulls game this year because I can't get
I
it.
mean, they already ran this
I
experiment
can't.
with the Hawks where they didn't have the games on TV for 15 years.
Yeah,
and then
2 decades, right?
Yeah, and then nobody cared, and then they had kind of plastic fans that came back when they were awesome, and then now all those fans are gone again. Like, you guys, none of you guys give a shit about the Hawks.
No.
So
You need us.
Bedard's been
you
really
need
good,
us.
though. Biz,
Yeah.
shout out Biz.
Oh yeah.
People
Light the
fucking
fire.
hate Biz now. They hate Biz. Everything Biz said was right, but people are fucking furious at
So
him.
what? There's like a Blackhawks faction of fans who are just like.
I think it's probably similar to Mankata.
It's I don't know about that.
Who just
but-
like have their pitchforks when it.
yeah,
like,
like you
you
can't
just-
say anything bad. It's I
No
don't
matter
know.
what,
It's
there was
it's a very weird segment, and they're very vocal because I ran into that.
It's
too.
because they know in the back of their
I don't think they
brains
do.
that
I don't think they do.
they're
know anything.
wrong and you're right.
No, I don't think that's it. I think that they were sold that this is the Messiah, and if someone denies the Messiah, then you're a heretic. So I think he'll be better. He'll be fine. It's just like everything Biz said and everything other people have said is true. Like, he's just got to clean shit up and be a more well. If you want to
It's
win,
also, what, 19, 20?
19.
Yeah,
but,
so.
but if you compare him to his peers
yeah.
historically,
Yeah.
he's behind.
But I'd give him. Look, if Kane didn't have Taze, like,
Totally.
you'd be saying,
Right.
there was a lot of issues there.
Right, and he also
You know,
played a
got
different.
a lot more mature.
But he is more like Kane
Yeah,
than.
Yeah.
So that's
and he also has not had any issues like Kane had issues.
no.
Mifflin
Kane-
gets the best.
Kane had some issues.
Yeah,
He had an issue or two. But that's what happens at Mifflin. How many times
Yeah.
did you get arrested at Mifflin?
I did
Dan?
not get arrested at Mifflin.
That you're probably I went up there one time and my buddy
Whatever
one of my-
stat you're about to throw is so wrong. That
well, this is correct. My buddy had 7 roommates. He lived on Dayton Street,
okay.
and 4 of the people in the house that on Mifflin got arrested. So 50% of his house got arrested for different.
I'm going to
shit.
say that 50% of students in Madison do not get arrested.
I would say 1 or 2%, which is still insanely high.
That's
on that
fine.
day.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I think
about
it's
right.
a lot of people visiting that get arrested.
Yeah.
Because they come there, they have no attachment, they fucking.
And he didn't even get arrested. He just got really drunk.
He
Yeah,
got internet shamed.
No,
Yeah.
He didn't get arrested.
They still do Mifflin?
Yeah.
it's
Yeah?
toned down. I heard.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the thing about those like big parties. Like they always get
Yeah.
like shut down.
Yeah.
Like they always.
Unofficials probably not. The
Yeah,
same.
they always. have
Patrick
trouble.
Kane ruined Mifflin. He was the first thing.
It
Yeah.
was your guys' favorite picture. Well, one of them in the WSD calendar was taken at Mifflin when my
was
eyes
the-
are
what was
crossed
his
and I'm
shirt?
holding a like sausage.
The famous White
Dos
Sox picture.
Cinco's.
Oh, the Kane shirt? Yeah, it was
like Dos Cinco's equals D8 or something. A 10.
Yeah.
5's equal a 10 or
Something
something.
like that.
yeah.
What did he even say? He just said that he's playing pond hockey out there.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a 3-minute clip where he broke down a million. You know, he does stupid things with the puck sometimes. Like he like threw a blind pass up at the blue line where he was the last guy back, right to Connor McDavid, which is the worst guy in the world to turn it over to. And it's just like you just put that puck in the corner. Like he's got a little bit of like the Caleb Williams hero ball to him. Where
I don't mind that.
Well, it's a fucking problem.
Well, from what I saw, and it looked like lack of effort on what you and I talked about it. That's
that
the
was-
shit that I would fucking roast him relentless. If he's just trying to be hero ball, like that's something you can learn from.
That was the Messier clip, and that
Yeah.
one that one doesn't bother me as much as the stuff that Biz was pointing out, to be honest, because it's like the Messier stuff. Like he's never gonna be that guy, and at least to me, he was in position on that play. He just didn't make the play. He can be harder on it. It's the stuff where it's like, what are you doing? Like you know better than that, and all the stuff where it's 19. Well, he's had 100 games in the NHL, so he's made that mistake enough to be like, you cannot be continuously making that play. But he does try to just, I don't know. It is like pond hockey.
Did he play better the game after Biz said that?
Yeah, he did, and he got a little mouthy about it in the media. He's like, I don't give a fuck what people say, basically. And it's like, okay,
Good.
yeah,
Good. Yeah.
But he's got if they're gonna win, and he's gonna be the best player on the team that wins, he has to do all these little things right, because he's gonna have to set the tone for everybody else, and that's kind of the concern. Where it's like, you know, I hate to do like the old Jay Cutler body language, but it's like if your best player has bad habits, like that permeates the rest of the team.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to clean that stuff up. I think he will. He's just never going to be. He's never going to be Crosby and McKinnon and those guys. But he'll be like a tier below that, and he'll be an all-star, and he's going to be fucking sick. He is already sick. Like the goals he scores, the points he's putting up. Like he is a. They don't have an all-star game this year, but he would be an all-star.
Wait, why don't they have an all-star?
They're doing that
the
Four
two-
Nations.
Yeah.
So which he didn't make Team Canada for that, and he didn't deserve to. But he's awesome. He just needs to be better.
Okay.
So
And that's fair.
yeah.
Hey, the auto show is here. It goes until February 17th. That means for a few things for drivers in Chicagoland. It's cold out, and it's important to make sure your car is running right. It also could mean it's time to shop for a new ride. ChevyDriveChicago.com has you covered for both. Whether you need a local dealer to check your engine and tires in this cold weather, or you are ready to shop for a new SUV or EV from the Chevy lineup, your local Chevy dealer has everything you need. You guys were there on Thursday, is that correct?
Oh yeah.
How was it?
Oh, it was great.
Any SUV or anything like catch your eye that you really liked?
I mean, I'm a Blazer guy through and through, but the new Equinox, that looked really nice. Dave was in that, driving around that, or sitting in the driver's seat, I should say. They just had a lot of cool stuff. They had this great van. It was like a cross-country trip van with like it's worth seeing. It's like a box van that they converted into.
It's got like beds and a little bathroom.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
think
that's
that's
cool.
on
Van life's
trend.
getting big, Ed.
Camaros. They like the Chevy section was popping.
How'd that Traverse look?
Oh, great.
Big
Traverse looked
Traverse
great.
guy.
Also, big old truck, Silverado was
Yeah.
looking money.
I love that Silverado.
Yeah.
Go to ChevyDriveChicago.com to find your local dealer today. And like I said, the auto show is still open until February 17th. Stop by the Chevy section and go pick yourself out one. It's the easiest way to do it. So can't recommend it enough. ChevyDriveChicago.com. Go do it. But honestly, though, like thinking to like your kids are still a little young, Dan, but like if they were still in prime, like sports watching mode, like you're not
Yeah.
like, growing up on these teams.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Suck.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and I think that's part of the issue with the Bedard cult too, is because they see the TikTok highlights and the YouTube and the Twitter highlights. Like he's like the number one highlight guy there is. Like he makes insane plays, and he does like 5 things wrong before he makes that.
Is
play.
Brandon going to lose interest in the Blackhawks?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
You don't think? Well, like, Tommy, like, is Tommy going to be like,
I don't
this
know.
isn't this cool?
Yeah, they got to.
Well, they're in Wisconsin, so they're out of market.
Yeah.
True. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bad time. Anything baseball related before we get into the segment?
Pitchers and catchers report this week.
I heard a nugget.
The Cubs were the first team to report in all of baseball. They reported yesterday, actually.
I heard Rizzo's retiring officially.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Congratulations. He's expecting a kid.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Rizzo.
Yeah.
Congrats on an excellent career. I always said, even though he played for one of the teams I detest the most,
2 of the teams.
Well, 2 of the teams, that's true. I didn't care once he joined the Yankees. It was whatever. But when he tried to take on, not quite like what's his face did against the Pirates, but take on the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, the whole
1-1,
Reds.
I was like,
awesome.
that's my fucking guy right there. And like he was such a fucking perfect baseball player for a stretch.
Yeah.
I loved to watch. He was awesome.
Yeah.
And if that's true, great career. All really good.
Yeah.
Does suck how he went out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, he got old.
That whole 16 team.
Oh, but even that, like that. Remember that game where they made a million errors against the Dodgers? That was, and he was one of them.
Yeah.
Is Bregman gonna sign somewhere?
Dude,
It sounded last week like it was close, but
With the Cubs?
with the Cubs, but it hasn't.
I hope it's not a smokescreen because they people really keep like you're texting them. I'd be like, be like Bregman, what the fuck are we doing?
From the tea leaves that I'm reading, he really doesn't want to play anywhere but the Cubs. It sounds like. So it's like, dude, and they probably can sniff that out too. So they got some lowball ass offer on the table for him.
Hoyer had the comment to open spring training saying that there will be more competition at that because someone asked him about Shaw if he's going to be, and he's like, we'll have that position will be.
And that's fine. Give the guy a 3-year deal with an opt-out. And if you think Shaw's a guy, then you burn that bridge and you get to it.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing to have a bunch of good players.
No,
It's not.
it's not.
It's just not.
A glutton of depth.
Yeah, so hopefully that would be a real big shot in the arm to the Cubs.
That lineup
that
would be unbelievable.
Dude, the defense, it's already absurdly good up the middle. They're going to be like Gold Gloves around the infield. Like, and out the entire team.
The entire outfield.
You got PCA, you got
Happen Tucker.
Tucker. Hap's fine enough. I mean, left field, whatever. Who gives a shit?
Just won a Gold Glove out there.
Yeah, I don't care about Gold Gloves.
Wow, you said Gold Glove.
I know, but like I'm talking like how they actually play. Derek Jeter won Gold Gloves. Like they're actually Gold Glove quality players around the board. They're going to be really good. But I don't know if you put Alex Bregman in that lineup, that's a team that should march through.
They should run away with the division. Yeah.
I mean,
I think everyone's
Cardinals
instantly hopeful. They got a top 10 farm system.
Yeah.
Like things are actually kind of
Looking up.
really.
They just have to now. They have to pay guys because Steele needs a new deal. Tucker needs a new deal. Like they're gonna have to pay.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it. What are we waiting for?
Please.
Yeah.
Please. All right. I mean, it's literally the worst part of the season now.
Yeah.
This is the dark days.
of the sports here. There's nothing.
Yes. There's
I mean,
nothing.
I love it because I just love college basketball. But
Yes, yeah. Like Saturday was the first day I really tuned in.
yeah.
Texas Tech number 0 is a stud, by the way. Just keep that in the tickler file.
Eyeball.
Yes.
Okay.
McMillian, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Watch out for him. So I was texting Dan. I was like, "What if we did like a random like movie or something generator, and we all got to come back with a report on it or something like that? Like we need something here
To get through the next few weeks.
I don't know. Like the radio guys, like I don't know how they. I'm doing Carmen and
8
Yurko
straight
tomorrow.
hours.
I don't know. Like what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
For 3 hours.
It's hard. It's very hard.
I don't know what they do.
I just throw myself into college basketball. So yeah, it's definitely.
Do you have futures on that
Wisconsin's
yet?
pretty decent.
I do. I have Wisconsin is good. I did a UConn out of respect.
Okay.
And then I took St. John's 30-1 just because their defense is so
John's
good.
looked good. I watched that game.
Yeah, their defense is so good. I don't know if they have enough offense to win a championship, but I do think they'll make a deep run because they're just so hard to play against.
Patino had a great quote over the weekend too. They were asking him like, "Hey, if you could go back to the beginning of the year and said you went 20-1 over
There's
this."
13-1 in the
Oh yeah,
Big East.
yeah. And he goes, I'd ask you how we lost that one.
Yeah.
Like he's feeling it if he's giving little cocky answers like
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
So it's great to have Patino back in the mix
He's
big
such
time.
a
And he's a
scumbag.
great tournament coach, so
Yeah.
they're a matchup problem, especially on that second game.
Yeah. No, they are. And UConn looks. I mean, they're not.
No, I just did it because I won a future on them the last 2 years, so I had to, out of respect,
tax.
just put
Yeah.
A little
some money
future.
on them. Yeah.
So how do you want to do this? Do you want to? We could pull up movierankings.net and they randomize a movie.
Okay.
Should we
That's-
all get one? Do we get one for the group? Like,
I think it's one for the group.
or one, one for the group. What do you
We
think?
watch it. Okay.
One each.
Yeah.
I'd like it to be a movie we haven't seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that should be the stipulation,
And
right?
we all had those movies that the rest of the world has seen that we haven't. And
Yeah.
we've talked about that with you especially.
But listen, if you get like Anna Kendrick's Christmas,
Or it could be like a
movie,
documentary too. We could do a documentary on a like a good sports documentary.
and we could know more information.
Have you guys watched the Aaron Rodgers weirdo one yet?
No, I
I
haven't.
did. Oh, we could do that one. I
Did
watched. I
Lance
watched
just
some
get
of
us
it, not all
a
of it.
virus?
Yeah, what is this website, Eddie?
Yeah,
Movierankings.net?
Yeah, he took
Yeah.
it down.
Did he? No, it's still alive.
Oh, I think it's still up there.
I used to use it pretty
Rankings.
I used to use it pretty religiously.
There you go.
I don't think he updates it though.
Pretty sure he updates it too.
Oh, he said he stopped. I thought he said he stopped. I talked to him about
Hit
it.
random. I wouldn't mind doing the Rodgers one. We could talk about Rodgers, see if we can glean anything from that. Where do you think he's going?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Retire.
All genres?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's fucking hit it.
Zulu.
Great.
Hey,
fuck
got
is
good
that?
ratings. I don't know what Zulu. Let's. All right, I'm gonna pull up a description. A movie called Zulu.
No, this
showed
looks
up.
like it was made like 100 years ago.
Maybe it's good.
I'm not watching this.
Zulu 1964
No.
film.
Out.
It's an epic historical drama depicting the 1879 Battle of Rorke's Drift between
No.
Oh, you don't want to learn the Battle of Rorke's
No.
Drift?
That sounds
No.
kind of
the
sweet.
British Army. All right, but we can only get a finite amount of redraft.
Yeah, just make it like 1980 on. Or
Okay.
something.
You could do that. You could filter it.
I'm not watching an old movie. Although there are some classics. Have you guys all seen Cool Hand Luke?
Oh, of course.
yeah.
I have not.
Oh man, Eddie.
Cool Hand Luke is great. How about Eddie has to eat that amount of eggs since he's never seen it?
That'd be good.
I had it downloaded on my old laptop. I just never hit play either, so it's my fault.
All right, give it a shot.
Oh, here we go. All right, so 1980 on. Randomized music and lyrics.
Oh,
Next.
I have sadly seen this movie.
really?
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's fucking horrible. It's about music and lyrics.
It's got Hugh
Hit
Grant
the randomize again.
and Drew Barrymore.
Great movie.
Okay.
I
Secretary.
love Secretariat.
Great
Watch
movie.
I'm
that.
guessing Ed has not seen
I have
it.
not.
I have
seen
not
it.
seen Secretary.
We,
I would watch it.
Back when like tech
Low
kind of
rated.
started taking off, we got a surround sound system, and that was the first movie we watched on it with my family. And the horses coming around the stretch was fucking awesome on it. Really, not really good. It was a solid movie.
Not bad. 2 hours. Isn't this the horse that
Wait,
someone asked Francesca?
I wasn't talking about.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different movie.
Let's look up 30 for 30 and let's see which one we haven't seen.
I like
Let's watch
that.
That's
because
way
we tried
better.
to do a 30 for 30 draft at one point, but
Yeah,
but I
I think
think
got to be some that we haven't seen.
List. You got it. Just
I was talking about Seabiscuit. I haven't seen.
that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
too. Secretariat. Actually, that movie stinks.
Okay.
um,
Say which ones you haven't seen.
I haven't seen a lot of them.
I think I've seen all of them.
Oh, Legend of Jimmy the Greek.
I have
You
not-
seen
Have
that?
not seen it.
Yeah.
I have not seen that.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's a good one.
I'd do that one.
Let's do that one.
Yeah,
Ed,
let's do it.
Ed rewatch it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right.
That'll get us ready for the tournament.
All right. Legend of Jimmy the Greek. So everyone watch it. Search where you can watch it.
It'll be on like ESPN Plus and Disney Plus.
Really?
They have the
Okay.
whole. They have the
Oh,
whole.
they have the whole library?
whole
All right.
catalog, yeah.
All right. So yeah, let's watch that.
Do you guys have a favorite 30 for 30?
I do like the U. The U is sweet.
I like the Fab Five one. I thought that one was pretty good.
That one's good too.
Did you see
I like the I Hate Christian Leitner one too.
Yeah, that one was good.
That was
That one was
good.
good.
Fantastic Lies was good
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the Duke Lacrosse.
The one with the Goodfellas guys was good.
Ooh, the House of Steinbrenner. We could watch that one.
I
Too.
never
haven't
seen that
seen
one
that
either.
Yeah, that one would be good. So yeah, maybe those are our next two.
Okay, got it.
We talk a lot about ownership. It'd be fun to watch that one.
To see what it's like to have
Yeah. Yeah.
Pony Excess is really good.
Yeah, that one was good.
That's basically
Okay.
what Portnoy just does now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the Legend of Jimmy the Greek.
Yeah.
We'll be next Monday, and then the House of Steinbrenner the following one.
All right. Perfect.
Done.
And we'll just recap them, and that's how we'll do it. Anything else before we wrap up here?
No, just bet college basketball. I'm going on vacation, so I'll be out.
Where you going?
the rest of the week? I'm going to go to the Bahamas.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Sit on a beach.
I'm leaving too.
What's your go-to Bahamas drink or like beach drink?
I don't really have a peach drink. I
No?
really just kind of whatever they and like I'll have it.
You don't like getting all fruity when you're on a beach?
No.
I like doing that here and there.
No, just whatever they got. Maybe a pina colada.
Yeah.
I like,
like
a little
kinda just
swim,
whatever I-
little swim up bar.
Yeah, whatever I
Yeah.
got going, and then I'll just keep rolling with it.
Yeah.
So.
You gonna play blackjack?
Oh yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
All right, then. I have fun in the Bahamas. That's it. We've entered the dark stages of the podcast, but opening day will be here soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to Arizona again, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get there.
Yep.
Legend of Jimmy the Greek next week. Go watch that. And we'll talk about it next week, and we'll talk amongst other stuff. So that's it. See you guys next time.